This is Pepper. We're married. She's not my wife because that's cringe. The husband-wife thing, you know.
Sounds like an HGTV intro.
Yeah. Hi guys, this is my wife. No, we don't call each other honey either. That's one of those words that doesn't allow to be work. But yeah, this is Pepper. She taught me mixed martial arts or got me started with it. She also taught me how to back squat. I taught her how to play flag football. I also taught her how to sprint. But today we're going to be teaching her a little bit of Overwatch. Now, Pepper has been playing Overwatch for a long time, off very, very casually. The most serious you ever took it, basically OTP'd Widow to Platinum. And she's really good aim-wise, but she doesn't have like the best first-person shooter experience in terms of like positioning and such. So we always like to make fun of her game sense. So she got into it just because I was into it, and she picked the two hardest characters. I thought for sure she'd be like a Ryan or Reap. No. No, it was Ash and it was a Widowmaker. So she also has Iron Mental because playing Widowmaker in gold, haters gonna hate a lot. Let's put it that way. My cat is freaking out. Hi, Grim. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at a replay code here from Route 66. Now, to be very clear here, we have a pretty tough relationship, I would say.
Yeah. It's fine when he yells at me.
Yeah, in a good way. Whoops, did not mean to do that. We have a very direct relationship when it comes to improving. So I remember I did a roast review on stream on her birthday a few years ago. And people were like, wow, you're being so mean. It's fine. There's just, you guys don't get it. Yeah. I think this rotation is fine. You know, creating distance between yourself and the enemy team. And that's something that we've talked about before. Is just like maintain distance, rotate your sightlines so that you can see people. And then obviously like dealing with your threats has been the big one. Winston.
Yeah, I saw the Winston and I was like,
Too early. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic Pepper. Like you don't need to pop infra sight until you actually see them looking to take space, right? Okay. Like even just one soldier peek here doesn't convince me that it's time to peek. Like I think you need to like really make it uncomfortable for them to where like they have just started the fight and then you pop it. So then do they fully disengage for 15 seconds or do they continue to engage? And so this is like
for sure engaged. That's
like they do you a favor by actually pushing in here, but yeah.
Do the headshot?
I do. But I want to point out that again here, this positioning feels poor, right? This sightline is just infinitely better.
Like a little further. Oh,
a little swinger wide. And you can even like when they push past choke here, there's also sightlines that you can get. Like if they're peeking top, you can be all the way back here, right? Obviously, if you want to see soldier. But that's the thing is like you need a little bit more creativity with how you position. Just experimentation. Not that that's creative, but it's different, right?
At least I grappled it out.
Yeah, you create. This is good. And now here, the funny thing here is you have a massive advantage here. You should not be running. And not only do you have no bubble, but the guy's 267 HP. You could SMG this guy down.
I was a little bit like.
I mean, it was okay to run away. It's okay to run away, but you can't stay here. You need to rotate back up top. That's fine.
So excited. I was like.
It's all right. This is good position. Good sightline here. Yeah, see, this is good. See, this is where I think your grapple usage is not super good. I think you need to be scared of the monkey. You need to get to cover. But then I think he doesn't have bubble. He doesn't have, or if you need to force bubble out here, I think you shoot him and maybe even SMG. Yeah. But the problem now is you've used your grapple. So if he jumps you now, you're dead, right? Right. So just scootle away and shoot him and then grapple when he actually commits on you. Well, that being said,
our fire dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But this is again where it's like the downtime is just brutal. Yeah. It's because of the grapple usage, right? Like you set yourself up for failure. Don't grapple when you don't need to. So for you, it's always been about your movement. Really, your movement around the battlefield is not always as fluid as it ought to be.
Yeah.
I think like this is a big problem because so much downtime here that where like you are like doing no damage. Like right there. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. But stop. Stop. Why are you grappling? He has not jumped on you. He has just stripped your Venomine. You can turn around and be like, okay, he's not pursuing. The guy's dead.
Yeah.
And you've used grapple. And then now huge rotation, huge downtime, and to a significantly worse sightline. A significantly worse sightline. So this is like the classic problem. It's like I think for you, it's all about balance, right? And then now you have to run away because what do you not have? You see Winston, he has jump, he has bubble, you don't have grapple. So of course you have to disengage this, right? But your team is losing this fight when if you had, hindsight here, but if you had kill this guy, right? Which you did.
And I didn't run away and just kept that high ground.
And kept the high ground. And now you guys start to walk forward. Look at this sight line here.
Yeah,
Look at the sight line here. I mean, this is just brutal, right? This is absolutely brutal. There's soldiers to shoot. There's all sorts of things. And so this is what happens, right? It's the finding the balance between playing aggressively when you can. This fight's lost.
Yeah, I know. In my mind, I was like, I'm gonna be a hero.
Yeah, but you don't have the positioning for it, right? You're on the floor. Your sight line is scary, and then now you're dead. So it's like finding that balance between contributing value. I don't want to look at the pepper soldier. Finding the balance between actually contributing to the team fight, but not dying.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the big thing for you is tracking, is this person a threat? Is this person a threat? Do they have the cooldowns that would threaten me? Because if not, you need to be playing with a lot more first. But the Orisa knew she couldn't stay. Look. Like,
Yeah,
so you can win that.
Okay.
Just jiggle peek it, Again, it's like
and she got her Lucio,
you give the enemy threats, if you can even count Orisa as a threat to you, way too much respect when they're not a threat, and then you don't give them enough respect when they are a threat.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think the big thing for you is finding, do I need to rotate away from this person? Just ask yourself that question. Do I need to rotate away from this person? And if not, do I need to rotate? Do I need to rotate? Ask yourself that question over and over and over again. Do I need to rotate? Do I need to rotate?
I was like, look at this
Like
guy.
right now, this is scary, right? You need to rotate. You need to rotate now. And this is great. You did.
And then I saw the heal station.
Okay, well, yeah, but screw a heal station. High ground, way more important. Keeping your distance here. But you see, you rotated, now he's dead. You needed to rotate. The guy had dash, he had deflect, and he was close to you, right? The Orisa was farther away. She can't jump to you, right?
Yeah.
Now, this infrasight is pretty good because is a fight actually starting?
Yes.
If they want to kite out this infrasight, is it going to be expensive for them? Yes, that's it.
And I knew they had a tracer too, so that was also
This is why positioning is so unbelievably hard in Overwatch too, right? Because where could you position besides where you're at right now? You see what I'm saying?
I'm afraid to do the high ground because tracers.
Right. But stop. Watch carefully.
I have beat. I feel like pretty safe here. I don't know.
Watch carefully. Why could you not play top right?
Tracer.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now this is all of a sudden you need to be able to rotate to here, or really, you could go for a high risk, high reward play over here. This is probably the best position for you to be.
I think I end up rotating here later.
But this is a contextual thing, right? This is like the corny thing I'm always talking about with the dynamic positioning. You have to pay attention to what's going on. But remember the dynamic positioning thing with the Winston, right?
Yeah.
What was the whole point of the Winston? Why could you ego the Winston before at times? Because he had no bubble, he had no jump, he was half HP. Your team was with you. All those factors tie into your positioning. And right now, this position isn't bad. Sometimes, but it is bad right now.
I think I got there eventually.
Eventually, but you're late. And also, I'm not actually convinced that this is the best position you could be. I think you could go a lot greedier because of what you know about Tracer. Still, she's still there.
And she's just kind of.
And actually, if you'd rotated here, this would have been safer because you would have been further away from the Tracer. Right? She would have gotten to you, yes, but you're isolated either way. Like, to ask yourself, where should you grapple to before you even grapple? So, right now, where are your supports?
They just left me. And as soon as Mercy flew
Do you know where
away,
they are?
Well, Mercy's, just like I said, she just flew across.
So just ask yourself that question, and then you could probably grapple to here. I know this is totally feeding, but it would be your chance of survival if you knew that. Your supports are really not well positioned at all. I think they're hiding from Riptire, but like it's just a little bit unfortunate timing. But I think like always knowing against the Sombra stuff, like and same thing with the Winston, right? Like where am I going when this guy jumps me? Because he's gonna jump you, So where am I gonna go? Don't let your instincts take over. You should already know where you're grappling before you even get dove.
Right.
Nice shot. It's fine.
This is when I
Shot.
clutched. I'm not gonna lie.
And they're all standing perfectly still, so.
Sometimes you have to stand still, like when you're playing.
If you get dove by Sombra, where do you grapple?
High ground or to my sports.
Yeah, this direction, right?
Yeah.
This direction, you should be okay.
Then I was like, there's
A lot more fluid.
Now I was like, well, crap, where do I go?
I mean, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, the reason I grappled here,
Ah!
can I just say the reason I grappled there, it was a terrible decision, but that brig was there, and I was like, oh, let's just get that brig. I just got a little greedy. Like, oh, we're gonna get this brig, and
All
then
right,
she's already dead. And I was
then,
like,
then
well,
get out of dodge. Like before, as soon as she dies, run for your life. Oh my days.
I had to give him a little wave high.
All right. This positioning is okay as long as you hug and recover.
I just stayed behind that giant rock, and then I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
see, this is like, okay, tell me where you should be positioned right now.
I mean, honestly,
Small adjustment.
more in that doorway.
Yeah, that's it. Just position right here, right? This is it. Just a little bit further, a little bit better sightline. That's all it is.
I'm like,
Because I know, yeah, I was gonna say the classic Pepper would have been to force the flick there. But do you see how much easier it is when you actually create distance? You know, like Carlin's a little dense, but like he could have killed you, but that's okay.
he could not have. I'm too good.
Position's fine.
I should
Body
have
shot
that.
bandit.
Like, come on. On this, I was just like, oh, they all gonna die. So
Yeah,
Rest of pretty much clutched.
that's all right. It's fine.
And I get that last body shot.
Nice.
For the win.
Okay, so main thing for you is like I wanna look at your mechanics and make sure that you're not constantly, because it feels like sometimes you're not placing your crosshair near the target and then shooting and then flicking afterwards. Part of which is the Widowmaker kickback, but part of it is also just I think there's too much arm movement unnecessarily, and even times like where you're putting your crosshair like at their legs, which like put it at their head so you don't have to flick as much, right? But the most important thing for you is the two things, like where's my escape route before I get dove, if they have those characters. And the second thing is, do I need to rotate? If so, where do I rotate to?
I feel like those are the things I was trying to focus on. I
Just need more
I
practice.
just need to, yeah.
Just need more practice. I think for you, it's like knowing, is this person a threat to me or not? Like the Winston thing. Like, so I would track just track, like, can I hold this position or do I need to disengage? Can I hold this position or do I need to disengage? Practice making that decision, I think, would be the key. Okay. Any questions? Nice show. Wait, I can't stop the recording.